Hello and welcome to everybody who's listening to this very minuscule little conversation that I'm having with Jack Duggan, Head of Business for Elite Closing Academy and Expert Empires. I'm Aurora Dawn Campbell, also Head of Business at the IAPC&M. Hello and welcome, Jack.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Looking forward to it.
You're very welcome. I said we'd have a quick few minutes just to discuss some of the feedback that you were giving David, our head of accreditation, which was pretty important, and I wanted to share it with other training providers. And you mentioned that your accreditation status was really important to you and your students. So if you could elaborate on that, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem at all. So I don't know exactly when we actually first got the accreditation. That was the owner that actually did all the training, and it's since that point what it has helped us out with is becoming a bit more of an authority. What do I mean by that? I mean that there's thousands and hundreds of sales trainings out there, and there's some great stuff, and there's not so great stuff like anything. But sales has always had, in my opinion, what we hear, a bit of a bad connotation to it, sleazy, slimy, and that's how it can come across. And some of the training that we hear and see can be like that. And we know that being accredited and for what we've done, and just having a stamp on it saying we are legit, we are capable of giving great training, has helped us not only make more sales, but as I said, be more of an authority in the industry, because people can trust you a lot more. And we know when people invest or buy or come to a training, they want to know that they're going to get better results and trust the people that are going to be doing it and delivering it, know what they're talking about. And I feel, and it is a feel more than anything, and I've definitely heard that people say it's nice to see someone that has been accredited, because it is legit and it's not just a Mickey Mouse company.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, going back, and it was way before your time, I think it was Nikki and Tony V and then Matt Elwell. So there's a whole chain of introductions of companies that have come to us for accreditation, because as you say, it's one of those important differentiators international paying students are looking for when they're looking at the plethora of sales trainings out there. So that's why it's so important. But how has it transformed your business?
Oh, well, there's no coincidence that when we got the accreditation, that our results as a business, I believed, don't quote me on this, but I believe when I was looking at it, it's probably doubled in size. So we went from just under a seven-figure business to now a seven-figure business, nearly multi-seven-figure business, and it feels good. And I'm not saying it's all down to this, but I do believe having this as an element of it is definitely helped and supported us, and also we feel more certain with it as well. It helps us. One big area it has helped us with, particularly when we're selling, because we sell to all kind of different industries. When you're speaking to corporate businesses and the bigger businesses, then it does stand even. It does come across as even more of a big point, because it's professional, and the corporate world, the corporate space, and bigger businesses, that's what they're looking for more than anything. So it has helped us probably in that area more than anything as well.
I am hearing that increasingly, Jack, that if you can't tick, I am accredited, particularly when you're bidding for corporate work, it's not enough to be a member of an accreditation body. You actually have to be accredited. Then don't bother filling out the rest of the application form. So I hear that's becoming increasingly important.
I generally didn't know that to be the case, but we've heard it. So yeah, right, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because there's two options with a lot of accreditation bodies. Are you a member or are you accredited? And that's one of the fundamental differences with the IAPC&M. We don't have a membership. You're either accredited or you're pending accreditation, but we don't have members who aren't accredited. So again, that's something that really affects numbers, because you can have a great, huge membership, but they're not accredited. And people don't realize that. They tick, yes, I'm with an accreditation body doesn't mean they're accredited. And so that's what I'm hearing in corporate bids. Are you actually accredited, not just a member? So I'm glad to hear that being accredited is helping you with corporate work as well as attracting international students, because they're increasingly discerning, aren't they, with all the choice they've got on social media.
Yeah, and there is some great stuff out there that isn't accredited. And there is also some stuff out there where I can see why it's not accredited as well. As I said, I'm not here to badmouth anyone, because there is some good stuff, there is some poor stuff out there. But what I can say is, going through from what people have shared and what Matt Elwell has shared specifically, it was a rigorous test, and in the right way, because you don't just give these accreditations out. No, you have to be, as I keep saying, legitimate, and the stuff you're talking about and sharing has to be great information that can get people better results than what they're getting now. And it does come across when people are sharing why the people join. They want the certificates. They want to have that.
Yeah. Well, you might be surprised to know that, I mean, there's hardly a day goes by where I don't get an inquiry saying, I've looked at your directory. Is this training provider accredited? Or I've seen somebody on social media and they've got your logo. Are they accredited? I can't find them on the directory. They are increasingly doing a huge amount of due diligence. So I'm glad to hear it's paying off, because our whole ethos has always been to educate the public to do their due diligence. For what, 27 years now we've been doing this. It was never about ka-ching, 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 get how many coaches have you signed up this week or month. We always took the view that if we educated the public about the importance of accreditation and insurance and fair and ethical complaints procedures and contracts to measure those expectations, by definition, the coaches that didn't have them would come to us, and the training providers would come to us, because the public are asking. So I'm glad to hear that the accreditation status is working really well for you. I appreciate you sharing that, Jack. Thank you.
No problem at all. No problem at all. Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome, and long may it continue. So wishing you every success, you and Matt. Thank you for sharing,
Absolutely.
Jack. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you.